White girl is successful. White girl more popular. White girl must be bad. Bad white girl. And of course your fans are racist. You racist!
Caitlin Clark was responsible for $216,000 in sales. Asia Wilson's signature one went for $915, and that's a one-of-one card, $915.
She continues to hate on Caitlin Clark, and it's basically pushing the narrative that the media and other players in the WNBA and people in general are just hating on Caitlin Clark when there seems to be no reason why. So when you start to try to figure out the reasoning, all you can think of is maybe they're jealous, maybe they think it should have been them, that maybe they don't like how much praise Caitlin Clark is getting. It doesn't make sense.
Aja Wilson slams Caitlin Clark $260K card sales, calling it racist. This is bad.
The WNBA just got hit with another wave of explosive drama.
Caitlin Clark. There's no... I think she's amazing.
Sydney Coulson, a former fan favorite with the Las Vegas Aces, has finally spoken out about why she left the team, and what she revealed has Aja Wilson absolutely furious.
80 points, things are moving in the right direction for Las Vegas.
Yeah, they certainly are, and a lot of good things on the defensive end. That's where so much of the focus has been.
What really happened behind the scenes? Why did Coulson feel pushed out? And how did the Las Vegas Aces fail to handle the situation? More importantly, why is the Indiana Fever suddenly becoming the go-to escape for players ready to move on from the WNBA?
I just looked at my wrist, I got time today. Oh, Becky coming, Becky coming. Right.
Sydney Coulson may not have been the biggest star on the team, but she was one of its most important voices. Known for her charisma, humor, and leadership, she played a key role in keeping the locker room energy high and the team chemistry strong. But over time, it became clear that her impact wasn't being appreciated the way it should have been.
ESPN, give me a job. I'm trying to do something on the camera. All right, go. ESPN, give me a job.
One of the biggest challenges Coulson faced was her limited playing time. Despite being a respected veteran, she was constantly overlooked in favor of younger players. It wasn't just about stats. It was the lack of respect she felt from the coaching staff and front office. The frustration kept building. She had poured so much into the team, yet the organization seemed to view her as nothing more than a bench player. And in a league where careers are short and opportunities are rare, feeling stuck on the sidelines is one of the worst things a player can experience. But Coulson's struggles weren't just about minutes. The real issue was team chemistry, or rather, the lack of it.
Plum along the baseline. She does a lot of damage there. Oh, and Aja Wilson's
That prides itself on being a dominant force in the WNBA. The Las Vegas Aces sure had a way of making certain players feel like outsiders. There was a growing sense of favoritism within the roster, with everything revolving around Aja Wilson, Kelsey Plum, Jackie Young, and Chelsea Gray. That kind of focus is expected on a star-driven team, but the problem was that other voices didn't seem to matter. Sydney Coulson was one of the few players trying to create balance and make sure everyone felt valued. But instead of listening, the organization seemed to brush off her concerns. They wanted her leadership, but only when it suited them. And here's where it gets interesting. As the face of the franchise, Aja Wilson had the influence to stand up for Coulson. But did she? Or was she too comfortable in her own position to worry about what was happening to others?
grip. Yeah, this is one of those where literally everybody in this building just held their breath. Thank God she's okay. I mean, that was scary. Slid on the sock and did the splits.
Over time, these tensions kept building until Coulson finally reached her breaking point. She realized that if she wanted to be somewhere she was truly respected, she had to leave Las Vegas behind. And if there's one team that has suddenly become the talk of the WNBA, it's the Indiana Fever, and it's not hard to see why.
And that's exactly what she did. I mean, she started off hot, stayed hot throughout the entire game, but I think she also took pressure off of her when she was able to find her teammates in transition, get them.
With Caitlin Clark's arrival, the Indiana Fever is undergoing a complete transformation. This isn't a struggling franchise anymore. It's a team on the rise, where veteran voices are needed, respected, and valued. For players like Sydney Coulson, who felt overlooked in Las Vegas, Indiana offered something she desperately needed: a fresh start.
Turnover ratio in her career last season. Clark gets away with a little push. Holloway buries it. And a little reaction for the crowd.
And let's not forget the Caitlin Clark effect. The buzz around the Indiana Fever is unmatched right now. Media attention is skyrocketing, ticket sales are booming, and the fan base is more engaged than ever. For Coulson, this was the perfect opportunity to be part of something bigger than just a bench role. The move made sense, but back in Las Vegas, A'ja Wilson was not happy. News of Coulson's departure, and more importantly, the reasons behind it, didn't sit well with her.
There's no... I think she's amazing. I watched every time I possibly could. And our league loves her. This has nothing to do with... We're just doing our job. We're going to show up.
Reports suggest that Wilson was furious over claims that Las Vegas had pushed Coulson out. Wilson has worked hard to build a public image as a leader, someone who stands up for her teammates. But now, with this narrative unfolding, people were starting to question if that image truly reflected reality.
It's a 360. Oh, I didn't see a dog in there. Damn. I hope it's still recording. Where's Chris? Okay, I was making sure. Oh, you can't even see it. I know. Oh, it's both.
Behind closed doors, sources say Wilson has been frustrated, lashing out over how Coulson's comments have put a spotlight on the Aces' internal issues. The last thing Wilson wants is for Las Vegas to be seen as a team that only prioritizes its stars while ignoring everyone else. Now, Coulson has a fresh opportunity, this time alongside Caitlin Clark, one of the most dynamic playmakers women's basketball has ever seen. Clark's court vision and passing ability are already legendary. She can fire cross-court dimes, thread impossible bounce passes, and hit teammates in stride with pinpoint accuracy. Now, picture Coulson, a guard who thrives on movement, cuts, and transition play, on the receiving end of those passes.
Wheeler finds Clark from the logo.
The scramble defense, though, by Vegas has been much improved tonight.
Yeah, they worked on it. It's about all they worked on, I think, the last couple of days.
Suddenly, Coulson isn't just a role player. She's a real scoring threat. She's getting more open shots, more fast break opportunities, and an offense that plays to her strengths. But it's not just about scoring. With Coulson's defensive toughness, Indiana now has an experienced backcourt player who can take some of the pressure off Caitlin Clark. She can lock down perimeter threats, disrupt passing lanes, and bring the veteran poise that championship teams need in clutch moments. Looking at it this way, it's clear why Coulson didn't hesitate when things started shifting in Las Vegas. She saw what was building in Indiana, the energy, the momentum, the potential. And most importantly, she saw an opportunity to win.
With the finish, brilliance from Caitlin Clark.
Nice. Boy, Enrique gave it to McCowan, who couldn't finish. Behind the back again for Clark. Give her another assist.
The moment cracks started forming in Las Vegas, players around the league knew a major shakeup was coming. With the Aces losing key voices in the locker room and other teams preparing to strengthen their rosters, the best opportunities wouldn't stay open for long. Despite being underutilized in Vegas, front offices across the WNBA recognized Coulson's value. They saw her leadership, her impact on team morale, and how she could transform a locker room just by being there. So when Indiana started making moves, Coulson was one of the first players on their radar. They knew she could be a difference maker.
Shoot till your arm falls off. And Mitchell knocks that one away. Here comes Clark going the other way. Clark going behind the back. Oh, it's Boston. An and one.
Meanwhile, back in Las Vegas, A'ja Wilson is still trying to do damage control. Losing Coulson isn't just about losing a player, It's a major hit to the Aces culture. And the worst part? Other players are watching. With the league seeing how poorly Vegas handled this situation, the question becomes, who's next to walk away? The defending champs are starting to look vulnerable, while the Indiana Fever are getting stronger by the day. If there's one thing everyone in the WNBA can agree on, it's that Sydney Colson is a whole vibe. She's not just a player who logs minutes and heads home. She's the heartbeat of the locker room, the energy source, the glue that keeps a team connected. Her impact goes beyond the court, bringing leadership, humor, and chemistry that money can't buy. Now, think about what Indiana is building. They're no longer just a struggling franchise trying to stay afloat. They're entering a new era. An era where winning, excitement, and a growing national fan base are all part of the equation.